Okay.
Aaron, what are you doing?
We're so close to being done with the bathroom. Last little spot of paint here on the ceiling.
Okay, hold up. You might need to rewind because I don't think anybody knows we were redoing the bathroom.
Things escalated. So, look how satisfying it is though, covering up this ugly cream.
It looks like you're just painting over dirt, but I promise we cleaned all the walls first.
Yeah. Okay, so why do we redo the bathroom? This started with just wanting a new vanity because the sink that was there does not have any storage. And if we're gonna be living here, we need any cabinets in this bathroom, any amount of storage, because there was none before. So we started by being like, oh, let's just get a new vanity. And then kind of escalated from there. New vanity means, well, we're taking out the sink, so might as well give it a fresh coat of paint. That turned into a design project where we've got this blue top half beadboard wallpaper. And then while I have the paint out, I was like, well, why don't I touch up that door? Because the door was super beat up. And now it's nice and bright in here.
Yeah, as bright as it can be when there's not enough light or any electricity currently in this room.
Yeah, which I cannot wait to put this back together. With any luck, tomorrow, I'm going to finish this coat of paint, do the next coat of paint, and then everything goes back in.
So this was essentially a 1 week project.
Basically, last weekend, I worked on it over the 4-day weekend, every day, although that also included like hanging that bike up.
This is a solution when you have too many bikes. You just use them as decoration.
Yeah, and then the other thing that we needed in here was, well, I really didn't like the stove that was in here. It's like the coil electric kind. So I was like, oh, let's replace the stove. And
okay, here's the
that
stove.
turned into, well, there's barely any 20-inch stoves. So but there was this weird gap over here. The cabinets didn't go all the way to the edge. So I was like, why don't we take all the cabinets out and scoot them over 4 inches, make room for a bigger stove. And
now
also replace the countertop with quartz because butcher block is impossible to take care of, especially when it's rented. So now the kitchen is in pieces, and dishwasher is getting replaced too. I'm gonna get a new sink. It'll be undermount instead of the overmount that's impossible to get clean also. So that's in progress.
So question, why are we doing a bunch of stuff to this place, not the place we're building?
Well, this was the decision after last time, which was, should we move in here while we're waiting for the rest of the thing to get finished?
And the comments were pretty much split.
Pretty evenly split down the middle.
However, we got 2 new pieces of information since that last video that swayed us.
Right.
So the first piece of information...
Our rent. It went up more than we thought. We had been talking about a difference between month-to-month and a year lease of only $7. It turns out that the next week, I checked the portal to do accounting. And they had taken out $100 extra out of my account than I thought. And I was like, that's weird. And I emailed like, hey, the amount that you took out doesn't match the month-to-month amount on the lease renewal letter. And they wrote back, sorry, that was a mistake. It's supposed to be $100 higher. It's a mistake that you sent the wrong number in the lease renewal letter? That seems like...
And legally, they have to send us another notice with 93 days notice.
Right.
And they haven't done it yet.
Haven't done it yet. They did refund the overcharges, of course, because they had to. But we're now expecting that it's going to be an extra $100. So that kind of tipped us over the edge.
And then the other piece of information we found out, actually after we'd already decided to move in here, but really escalates it.
The mortgage. So rewind a year ago, signing the construction loan for the project, the way it was structured was it was a 30-year mortgage that starts a year from then, before that, it's the construction period, and it's interest-only payments on only the amount taken out. So the whole loan is like $1.5 million. We're taking out, $50,000 at a time, whatever, to pay for the progress. So I've only been paying interest on like a third of that total. So the monthly payments have been about now up to like $1,600. However, now it's a year later, so it converts to a normal mortgage next month.
Despite not having any tenants or a building to live in.
Right. So it's not done, but there's no like, it wasn't dependent on the building being done. It was just a time period. So next month, I have to start making full payments on the 30-year mortgage without any income from this property.
So
that is another really good reason to save $2,000 a month by not paying rent and be able to use that cash flow to help fund the mortgage. So here we are.
So we've built a lot of IKEA furniture. I say we. Aaron has built a lot of IKEA furniture.
This was the best thing ever. This is a shoe cabinet. It's shallow, just enough room for some shoes. Four cubbies. It did block the outlet, but I relocated the outlet with a little power strip.
Aaron's very proud of this.
Very proud
I
of
would
it.
get to it if there wasn't a sink on the floor and cabinets.
Very proud of the little extension cord that I mounted to the bottom. It's actually for a desk, but I mounted it sideways. And then this is like bolted to the wall, so it's not going anywhere. Fits beautifully.
Our contractor is doing the kitchen. So we did the bathroom.
Yeah.
The contractor is doing the kitchen.
I decided that was a little bit too much DIY for me. I was willing to do the bathroom amount of work. This is just a little bit much, so...
Especially because this is going to be replaced with a quartz countertop, which isn't really
Not really a DIY.
Yeah, at least not for us.
You need like, a quartz cutting machine. So...
Yeah, the amount we would spend on either renting or buying tools to do the project is probably when we already have contractors on site. So our existing contractor is going to do this.
One thing we are going to do with this, though, is cut out a chunk about that big and mount that chunk to the wall over here.
As a little breakfast nook, because we're not actually going to have, I think, a table in here.
No table, so it's just going to be a little wall-mounted breakfast nook.
Which is great. This wall is perfect for it. This cabinet is not usually here. So it'll be right like, under the window. It'll be great. We can look at our construction project in the window. And these cabinets are mostly in good shape. However...
Oh, yeah. So they're IKEA cabinets from 2008. But this one, which the sink was in, it's completely rotted out. It's dead. The contractor pulled this out and he was like, Aaron, we need to get a new cabinet. I'm not putting this back in.
Yeah.
So that's bad. So the weird thing is that this, it's an IKEA kitchen, right? And normally it wouldn't be that hard to find an IKEA cabinet that matches. But they discontinued this line and they replaced it with a new line of cabinets. And the new line of cabinets does not come in this kind of wood finish, and they no longer sell wood doors. Like the cabinet doors, this is actually a piece of wood, not laminated. And they don't make these anymore. So we cannot buy a replacement cabinet that matches exactly. So what we're gonna do is buy the same size cabinet in the new style, which is gonna be white, but take off its doors and replace its doors with the actual panels that we have here. So the front will be the same. The inside will look different. You're never going to see the inside, so it'll be fine. And then it all goes back there 4 inches that way so we can get a bigger stove.
And that we are going to be getting, we're not getting induction. We wanted to get induction. However...
There's like no 24-inch induction stoves. Well, there are, but they're like $3,000, and I was like, that's not.
Yeah. And well, and also harder to find in America, too, because I found quite a few that fit that criteria. Also, if we didn't want to get an oven, like if we didn't want a full range and we just wanted the induction for the top, we absolutely could have found something that would fit. Yeah. However, we are going to be moving in here and we really
use the oven.
We use the oven a lot. Yeah. So, and it does, it's the kind of thing that won't be used if this is an Airbnb probably, but if this ends up becoming medium or long-term rental again, then people like to have the option of an oven.
Yep.
To make nachos.
Yep.
If
Most
nothing
important.
else.
So.
And we have to get another cabinet anyway to go underneath it if we got only an induction top, which is like, that costs a lot of money too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that's about the state of things. Hopefully in the next week or two, the contractor will be in here to finish this kitchen.
Yep. And we're moving in like 50-ish days.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
So we've already gotten a storage space.
Yep.
Insert pictures of storage space here. We've already started packing. Currently, we're very organized with our packing.
We have a very, very cool app that lets you take pictures of all the insides of the boxes and label them and print out little stickers that you put on the outside of the box so that you can find everything again later.
With like a QR code
it's super fancy. I love it.
Particularly good if you're going to be storing stuff in 2 different places and need to know what.
You can like write a little description of what's in the box, and then you can just search for like, where's the strainer for the kitchen?
Yeah.
Is it in the box here or is it in storage? It'll be great.
So, and frankly, I don't know, this has been kind of fun. I mean, I'm not probably ask me in like 45 days how I feel about it, but
I'm really excited about the bathroom, honestly. It's been a fun project to design and build, and it's been all DIY. It's just been us working on this, and
and my parents.
And
they will be upset if they don't get mentioned.
I meant us as in
not
including your parents,
professionals,
but not professionals, not our contractors.
My parents have really been helping with a lot of. They got a new electric car, so they're helping us with runs to Home Depot and IKEA, which has been good because we've had to go back to Home Depot
twice.
First
time I was there, I was like, okay, I need to get a bunch of these supplies and the trim, and then how am I going to mount the trim? It's like, oh, you use a nail gun. Well, I don't have a nail gun. I was like, oh, I should buy one. And then the one they had there was only like the full kit. I don't want a compressor. I wanted an electric one. And they only had the full kit, and I already have all the batteries. And it seemed silly to buy that. And I was like, I'll just use a hammer and nails. And did not buy the nail gun then. And then yesterday, trying to put the trim up, turns out I do not know how to use a hammer and nails to install trim. It was a mess. I had 8 nails bent trying to get the trim in. Did not work. And then I went and biked to the closer hardware store and got trim screws, which are like small head instead of a big fat head. And that worked in the test, but it didn't work on the real one because there wasn't enough wood behind it to grab, so it didn't actually sink in all the way. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then I called 5 different hardware stores. I just started going until farther and farther out, and I found one that had the nail gun that I wanted in stock, just the nail gun. So now I am a proud owner of a electric nail gun, and it's incredible.
Also pretty much doubling the budget for the bathroom project.
This was not cheap, but it's a useful tool, and now I have it, and I'm happy.
So, that's what's going on, is we're moving in here. Thank you for all of your feedback. It seemed pretty split in the comments, but both of those money things essentially are what tipped us over. But also it's nice to just feel like we're moving forward in some way. And, it forces us to get this place in shape instead of using it as like an overpriced storage space and like tiny filming studio. So,
speaking of which, we may not have that as a filming studio anymore after we move in because...
Yeah.
Oops.
There we go. So yeah, this might not be our filming space anymore. We might film on our couch. We've been selling furniture, so like this couch is going to go. If you want this couch and you live in Portland, let us know.
These table and chairs are going to go.
This table and chairs are going to go, and this is going to turn into my desk. That bookcase is new, and it's going to be part of my desk, but it's not going to be filled with those boxes of Aaron's
random old things from old moves.
Let's see. Grade 11. So,
it's been a while.
Hard drives, DVDs, and audio CDs. This one's just labeled WTF.
That is, every time I move, I end up with a box labeled WTF, which is just the stuff that's left. I don't know what it is.
I think this is all glasses.
Yeah, that one's all kitchen stuff.
And then to empty 1980s Max.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the plan. And the bathroom looks beautiful. So the other things we have to do are in the house is that we are finally in the picking tile stage. We kind of were in the like think about tile, but now we're really picking it as
Now
opposed
it's like pick
to
it
like
to actually place the order instead of pick it as a general concept.
as a general concept, yeah. And one question I actually had was I didn't see the entryway tile on the budget.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we might have to investigate that because we do want to do entryway tile because we'll, I think, wreck
any other
floors in the entryway. So that's pretty much any other house updates. There's been some window and insulation drama, but I don't know if we'll fill you in on that this episode.
Yeah, we might save that for later. The other thing that's been happening in the house is the plumber has been actually running pipes. So give you a sneak peek of that next time. It's pretty cool to see all the pipes going in. And there's actually water now, like live water lines in the house.
Yeah, there was also a lot of water surrounding the house last weekend. I think we might have a clip of the moat that formed around the house. But it is totally dry now and not wet inside the house, further proving that actually the builders know what they're doing. Although I think maybe we should increase the amount of gravel around the house based on...
I think it didn't get filled in right with the little... well, they didn't do the little patio properly yet.
Yeah.
That's just kind of like a mess. So that'll get fixed.
We also have a tree issue, but we're waiting on an arborist to come tell us the tree issue. I just noticed you have paint on your face, so you've had paint on your face this whole time.
Lovely. Well, at least it's harder than the paint room.
Yep. All right, well, I think that's it for this episode of The House Files.
Next episode, hopefully you'll see the finished bathroom with all the fixtures installed, and I cannot wait to put all those in.
Yep. All right, and until next time.
Don't build a triplex.